Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the end of Saving Sarah. I'm your host for the first couple of runs, Mr. _4 Shasta. We live stream with Shadow of the Colossus with TikTak, so strap in for that for sure. Hope you all are doing very well today. Heck yes, gamers. We're here once again today for Saving Sarah. It's a mutual aid event helping friends and community and volunteer extraordinary dual-plex to end her housing insecurity and get her to a better financial place in life. The best way to start donating in chat to help Sarah directly. Would recommend, personally. That's very awesome and very cool. Please help out as much as you can if possible. Yeah, during this time where we're getting ready for our first run here, y'all want to hit next for our schedule and shower quickly and check out the rest of the runs for today. Personally, it's first 3 runs here: Shadow Colossus, Psychonauts, and Kirby Star Allies. I'll be hosting for. Very excited. I actually find I haven't hosted a whole lot in general myself, but I've actually hosted for a Shadow of the Colossus run in like another event a couple years ago. So I've seen this run before. That being said, though, I've played Psychonauts, I've played Kirby Star Allies. Love those games. Fantastic video games. So I'm very excited to host for those especially. But Shadow Colossus I'm also familiar with too. The game's pretty cool. But, you know, we also have like Crash 4 layer, we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, Mario Odyssey, Darker Side, the longer category. It's a very cool one though. It's Super Metroid, got our bonus game, Donkey Kong Bonanza as well. That's a good one right there. You have a Fall 3 versus Fall New Vegas game bid war later on, very end of the day, and then Stellar Blade to finish things off today. Very stellar schedule, if you say so myself. Ha 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 ha. All right, everybody. It looks like we are ready for our first run of the day here. Shadow of the Colossus with TikTak. I say take it away. Let's do it.
Hello, everyone. TikTak here. I'm a runner of Shadow of the Colossus. TikTak here. I'm very happy to show this game off here at this marathon. Right at the opening of the day. And with me is also a lovely comment. With me is also a lovely commentator.
Hi, I'm Usuppering. I also run this game, and I do commentary for this game, and I really like this game. This game is awesome, and I can't wait to TikTak to run it. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah. So, we have an incentive as well. So if you donate, you can make me pet the horse. Other than that, I guess I'll go right in. I'll start the run in 3, 2, 1,
Best of luck!
Go.
Good luck,
Right,
good luck.
so
Thanks.
this game is kind of like 16 bosses and nothing else. That's kind of like the bread and butter of it, but there is a lot of layers to this game. So there's a lot of things that's gonna be going on in every single boss fight. We have to concentrate on horse movement as well, overworld movement. There's a lot of movement tech, stabbing tech. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening that we have to say very quickly as it's happening. It's going to be a wild ride for you, for everyone. But coming up is, it's going to be the tutorial boss, Valus. They all have, like, all the Colossi have fan names, and we're going to be referring to them as fan names. They have no genders or pronouns, so we like to make them up on the fly. Whatever your headcanon is, can be that. So if you hear me like saying things like, it's just our own headcanons. So up here is going to be some speedrun movement. So this is supposed to be the tutorial bit where the game's like, hey, this is how you roll, this is how you jump, this is how you climb. And TikTak's just kind of breezing through it. So he jumped off the horse onto a ledge, which you're not supposed to do, and he's just already like breezing through it. So he's going to use these rocks to kind of jump up on this ledge that you're not supposed to do as well. But you can kind of manipulate like jumps and heights. Very good job. And we're heading straight into Valus now. So Valus, again, as I said, is the tutorial boss. So it's fairly easy. So the bosses in this game, they're not like Dark Souls bosses. Like, they're more like, the bosses are the puzzles and the levels themselves. So you kind of have to like work your way around, like stabbing and whatnot. So what TikTak's gonna do is stab the leg. He's gonna move around during the cutscene and get on the head. Very nice movement. So usually what you do here is you stab the leg, you climb up the back and back of the head, and that's all very long, convoluted. So TikTak's just going to avoid that and just start stabbing the head. So this is how you do damage in the game. This is how you deplete the boss's health, and Valus is already dead. This game goes very quickly sometimes. Like, I'll just be explaining something, and then it's like, oh, the boss is down. Oh no.
Yeah, what is interesting specifically with this one is that during that cutscene you can actually move. So I used that to move forward in a blind way to then jump onto the boss from the front, which is a lot faster than climbing up from the back. And then the stabs I did, like 2 full stabs and 1 jump stab. The jump stab is usually slower because it takes time to take the sword out. But if you do it as the last stab, it cancels the pull-out animation and you're right in the cutscene, which made this a little bit faster. But quick and easy start. Also for the horse incentive, like after I kill any of the bosses, it would be a good time to know if there's any pets that I have to do.
So far, it's only the 2 pets that we have left over from yesterday, but we could get more pets. Every $20 does mean another pets of the horse. I think I want to see more pets personally.
Yeah, but I mean,
Pet dance.
Please pet the
yeah,
horse.
sure, I'll do that. 1
Yes.
and 2. There we go.
She deserves
Very
all
good
the pet.
So Tyrion, if you want to slow me down for something wholesome,
Yeah. World record, horse pets are more important.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I mean, there's enough news tech and stuff that even with the pets I could realistically maybe get close to it. I mean, why not?
Would be mean. But anyway, coming up is our second boss, Quadratus. So Quadratus, as the name suggests, is the first quadruped boss that we have. And TikTak's again going to be bypassing like the entirety of like the intended way you're supposed to get onto quad for start. So you kind of see this like ledge like going down to the beach kind of there. You're supposed to go like all the way down and around, but TikTak's going to do this really interesting thing. So he's going to let the cutscene play out a bit because Aggro's a bit startled. So by the time he skips the cutscene, Aggro's going to chill. And then he's gonna come along down these cliff sides. And there's a very convenient little cliff here that TikTak can just bounce off on and trigger Quadratus to come out of his little hole. And bada bing, bada boom, we're on Quadratus. Now, do you want to explain how stabbing works a little bit more in this game?
Yeah, sure. So on this first sigil, I'm basically trying to do it as quickly as possible to get a bit of a boost backwards. Close enough. So basically, every time you stab, there's two different ways it can go. You can either get shaken out of a stab, or you can get planted. The plant I'll explain later, but for the shakeout, there's also, well, great, I missed the sigil. But if you stab, like here on a certain way, let go, regrab and stab again, you can cycle the stabs, which is another technique to make things faster. This is quite useful on many of the sigils, just because stabbing, waiting for full automation is very slow usually, and under certain circumstances you can navigate around it. But on the other hand, if you do it incorrectly, and you get swung around, it's obviously also a big time loss. Many people that played this game casually will remember they're trying desperately to hold on and get a stab in, but it's not possible. But with enough knowledge about the game, you can bypass almost any of that instance, which is a big time save.
Yeah.
So a lot of little
And we
detailed
just killed
knowledge
another
that you might
boss,
not
so
notice
now's a good
during
time.
the run
Do we have any more
itself,
horse pets?
but it makes a big difference.
Oh, sorry, I think my
Guess not.
Discord just like froze up there.
Yeah.
So we on to Gaius next, right?
Did it? No. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, for Gaius, that one is another technical one. People that have seen this run in the past might remember a launch that we did. Basically, the way the boss works is he has a big sword for an arm, and the intended way would be to make the boss hit a steel plate, which then makes the armor crumble, with which
All right, sorry about that, everybody. We had some tech issues real quick, but we should be back now. So I say now we should get back into it. So whenever you're ready, we can count down. We'll just go again, TikTak.
Okay, sure. I guess 3, 2, 1, go.
Back in the game.
So I'm not sure how much we missed, but we're on the way to Gaius, which is it's one of the colossi with like a lot of little different things about it. So it's a guy with a sword, and the intended way would be to make him hit metal plate to make the armor crumble. That is very slow. So instead we are going to bypass that with a perfectly timed jump with a little boost in there. I guess Usu can take over during the fight. Because I have to focus. It's like less impressive than the old strat looking wise, but it's a lot harder to do because it's faster. So there we go.
Gaius is a nightmare. Gaius is really hard to do, especially the IL strat, but we're going to see what TikTak's going to do here. So TikTak's going to get into position, shoot some arrows in Gaius's belly. So arrows do damage, but they can't like kill a sigil. So he's going to weaken Gaius's belly sigil, so it's going to require less amount of stabbing. And he's gonna.
That won't work because Gaius actually turned around, so I'll have to do another stab, but it's fine.
This is fine. As long as you can get on the stomach, like real good.
Yeah, that should be
And you're
fine.
gonna drop down, wait for an animation, and then jump, that's perfect. And hopefully get a nice position here for the stabbing. So how many stabs is it on the stomach and head?
I mean, I'll do 3. This won't be enough, but I'll try to get the transition. Nope. Okay, try to be fancy there, but this is exactly the issue there. Basically, the problem is that the new strat is very, very, how shall I put it? Exact, and if you miss it by a little bit, this happens. Unfortunate. Yeah. But we'll back it up, I guess, by just moving around.
So I guess, like, the safety strat would have been to, like, go up the back and the fur on the back. But in the IL, you jump straight from the stomach bit to the arm, and like the arm lifts you to the head, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I mean it felt right to go for it just because everything looked perfect, but I guess I was just a tad bit too slow. Basically, if you do a strat perfectly, it's faster, and not going for it felt wrong, so I just did and tried my best.
It would have been cool to get a first try, but here we are.
Let me see. I can still show what it would have been like. So, grab, straight to the back, kind of like that. And here I'm going for a strategy that is called a plant. So if you grab certain sigils under very specific circumstances, as you see, no matter what Gaius does, the wonder doesn't shake. And this is like the other strat that you can do to make stabbing more efficient. As I said earlier, the one was to do the cycle steps where you get shaken out on purpose, and the other one to not get shaken on certain sigils, you just get a plant instead. There's plants for every Colossus, so when you're just starting out, it's a cool idea to just go for it on every Colossus, but as you advance further, it's usually slower, unless necessary. And Gaius is one of those, but it's not quite necessary, but very helpful, just because not getting all the stabs and loses a lot of time.
This game is like very good because like getting things like plants and stuff, it's very like user friendly, and it's very like easy game for new runners to get into with a very high skill ceiling. So if you wanted to like maybe try like a first run, for example, this game is like very good at like easing you in with like making you feel rewarded for like felling these giant beasts. And also we have a horse Colossus next. Do we have any horse pets at all during this section?
Let me do a quick check. Not currently, no. But
okay.
Anyone want to explain a little about the horse pets, like what that entails?
Yes.
Yeah, so basically, for each certain amount of donation, which you can find in the incentives, we will do a pet of the horse, which is kind of cool. So if you want me to pet the horse in between the Colossi, that's a way to do it. And donate money for a good cause.
Yeah. Also, there are people who've played this game for like 10 years and like didn't know you could pet the horse, so that's also cool.
That means you need to pet the horse more, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But coming up is like my personal favorite Colossus, so I'm gonna do some hella big yaps for the next couple minutes or so. So we have Phaedra coming up next. So Phaedra is a horse, llama, dragon. I don't really know. She's whatever you want her to be. She's my bestie. I love her very much. So what TikTak's going to do here is he's going to quick start aggro to try and get her to run as fast through these cliffs as possible. The horse in this game acts like a real horse. She's not going to run off the cliff. She's not going to run into rocks or trees, and we're going to find that very problematic later when we try to go through some sections quite fast. So TikTak's going to go for his kind of grotto, and we're going to meet Phaedra. And Phaedra usually uses kind of gravestones and mounds right here to like manipulate her into like bending over and jumping onto her. But TikTak's going to do something completely different. Are you going to go for the side jump or?
Yep.
Okay, so there is a thing called physics abuse in this game. No. That's fine. Back it up. Back her up.
Oh my god, yeah. So basically, there's a cool little trick that you can do here, but it is necessary to get the correct setup, and even just hitting the jump onto the legs can sometimes be harder than it looks, just because of the variance that you get from the start. Where you get there or not, yeah. Okay, Wonder, that's not the way I want you to be.
Yeah, getting the back up is like really difficult because Phaedra likes to move around, but that's a good recovery. It's definitely had it worse before myself.
Yeah, so instead of launching all the way up, which would have been hella cool, I'm just kinda doing the slow climb up, which is still faster than the usual strategy.
Oh, it's way
and a lot
faster.
harder, in fact. A lot harder, in fact. This used to be the normal strat because we usually thought that the launch wasn't marathon viable. And I mean, I didn't get it, so maybe there's some truth to it, but it has gotten a lot more consistent. So I have decent consistency on it, but unfortunately I couldn't show it off. That's fine. We still got
And here is
there,
another good
getting
example of
applied
plant as well, yeah. So no matter how much Phaedra's going to shake here, she can't shake you off, which is great because Phaedra's like only major sigil is on the head. So Phaedra's going to shake, and TikTak's going to stab, and Phaedra's going to be down before you know it.
Yep.
Yeah, Phaedra's definitely one of the coolest in my eyes, like design-wise. Like she's just chef's kiss, perfect in every way. Also, one thing to note, when the Colossus does get felled, we actually go towards these tendrils, like death spaghetti. There's lore happening in the game. If you want to find out the lore, play it for yourself. We're just kind of speedrunning and glossing over a lot of different things, yeah.
Play it for yourself and be none the wiser after. That's basically what the game is.
Yeah.
A lot of it is very artsy and very like...
Up
you
to
got
personal
to understand the meaning.
interpretation.
Yeah, but very much intended that way. Just the way Wader wants it to be.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, feel free to interrupt if there's any more pets. Other than that, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, any pets, donations, anything you want to plug? Now's a good time.
I can just talk about the marathon a little bit if that's okay.
Yeah.
But what we're here for sure. So we're here supporting Sarah. Also has Dualplex with a Save and Sarah mutual aid event running from today, Friday, October 3rd through Sunday, October 5th at this point. She's currently facing housing insecurity due to a harmful family and a relationship situation. Needs our help to get back on her feet. Every donation goes directly towards securing housing and financial stability for Sarah. Sarah's a valued member of the volunteer community, helps out whenever she can. So now we're here to help her instead. Ooh. The best way to donate in chat to donate to Sarah. It's been to our schedule to see all the amazing runs we have coming up today. We got a lot of beggars, let me tell you what.
Thank you so much. So we're coming on to Avion, our flying Colossus, our bird Colossus. Avion is kind of scary, not because Avion is scary. I mean, failing Avion's very scary, because you're very high up in the air, and we're going to be doing, well, TikTak's going to be doing a strat where he's going to kind of drop down in midair and hopefully land from one wing to the other. If he misses, he gets thrown into the pool of water we're gonna cry, have a crash out. It's not gonna be fun, but hopefully that won't happen. You know, we're gonna have a nice dry Avion today, please. Thank you.
I'm definitely not holding back though, because it's very cool when it works. It's just that when it works, it looks like a quick time event, so people don't really notice how precise it is. Because that's a cool thing about the game. Anything you see physics-wise is straight up like, you know, not intended. It's just me using the physics in a very, very precise manner. And specifically for Avion, it gets even more complicated because there's two setups I have to learn. Because Avion can tilt to the left side or the right side, and depending on which happens, I have to set up a bit differently. But yeah, I guess Uzu can go into play-by-play just in a bit after I'm done swimming.
Yes, so what TikTak's gonna do is shoot Avion to get her attention, jump onto the middle platform there. Avion's gonna dive down. So TikTak's gonna jump up, hold grab, let go, and re-grab. And Avion's gonna do a few flaps of the wing. The music right here is also banging. What a tune. So TikTak's gonna let go over to the wings. So wing up or wing down? Ooh, wing down today. You saucers of minx. So TikTak's gonna wait, and then let go at the perfect moment. Try and manipulate the camera. Oh, that's very safe. Not quite perfect, but gotta wait a little bit longer for Avion to kind of level out a little bit. Oh god, this is terrifying.
Should be fine though. Should be fine.
I'm getting sweaty looking at this. Avion's terrifying. And then he's going to let go and hopefully land on the back of the tail, and then hopefully not fall off the tail. And then it's a simple stabbing on the tail and Avion's down.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where as you speedrun the game, you get very desensitized to the danger of falling there, but at the same time, when you fall, it's very real, so I'm glad that worked out decently well. The only thing that happened in between was me losing grip there, which can be annoying because if you take too long, it starts flapping again when you lose a bunch of time. But the worst thing is if you don't get it perfectly, it's like pretty unpredictable on the cycles. Basically getting it perfectly every time ensures that you get like a solid setup, and if something goes wrong you have to quite literally wing it, so that worked out though, that's good.
And again, TikTak is going to be swimming towards these death spaghetti tendrils to kind of like get hit quicker, so it saves like a couple seconds like here and there throughout the run, which isn't actually that much time, but if you're going for world record, every second counts, like genuinely.
I mean, it is a decent bit of time if you think about the fact that it happens 16 times, right? And even if you save like 5 seconds or so, I mean, you know, you can do the math, it's over a minute, so it definitely matters.
Alright, perfect. And then we have Barber coming up next. And also the forest. So remember how I said about aggro being like a realistic horse and like not wanting to bump into trees or rocks? Well, they did a really good job of like programming aggro, the horse, because she, like, okay, so a little bit of like backstory about this forest. In the PS2 version or the PS3 version, okay, like the forest, there's barely trees in it. You can usually make your way through, nice and simple. However, in this PS4, PS5 like remake, they added so many trees, so many rocks, and aggro just does not want to go through it. Like, she slows down, she gets scared, and it's like, aggro, please, I just want the world record, aggro, I'm losing time, aggro, stop. And it's very stressful. So TikTak's going to be stopping aggro and quick starting aggro and trying to carefully maneuver through this forest as to not run into a tree and aggro go, whoa. You know what I mean? Just, this is the ultimate boss of the game, the forest.
Yeah, and like I think the developers actually specifically made the ground a different texture so aggro slows down just to show you the beautiful forest. But if you just keep going in the normal way, aggro just goes into slow mode. But if you go into the quick start, quick stop section, like I just did, if you just turn a little bit wrong, you get onto the grass, and you can't quick start off the grass, so it loses like 20 seconds to get out of there. Yeah.
So real.
it's just one of those things, yeah. About
the
this game
the
that
devs were
makes it-
like, yeah, we're gonna put in 4K textures and we're gonna make you look at them. We're gonna make you enjoy them. Like, no, don't run past them. We're gonna make you take it in. It's like, thanks, guys.
I mean, which is it makes sense from like a storytelling perspective, though the focus shifted a little bit. Like in the PS2 and PS3 version, there was a lot of fog, a lot of like, unsettling ways with how like the whole environment is very empty and you can barely see far enough, which was a way to cover up the flaws of the like performance issues. But here they really went all out and made the game a lot more vibrant, which gives it a different feel. Playing the PS2 version still has some value to it for sure,
Oh,
just because
definitely.
of the different vibe. But yeah, coming up is like the
A
first
glitch,
glitch
ooh.
and one of the two glitches in this game that we do. So it's just about how the camera is structured, which is a bit weird. So here I'm gonna let the cutscene run, and I'm focusing on a little dot,
You mean a
like
line,
a scratch in the wall.
right?
No, the dot. I'm going for the dots.
No, the line. No, the line's better, okay?
It's a 5-frame window, no matter how I approach it. So let's
Different
see.
ones use different setups. We're all valid.
Unless it's about the line, yeah. Okay, grabbed on.
Oh,
And
okay, only just. Lovely.
yeah, this can be a bit tricky because sometimes Wanda refuses to grab, and just doing a little glitchy jump up there to get up there a bit quicker.
That's a little silly, honestly.
Yeah, it's honestly
is.
a lot more intricate than it looks like, because Wanda had some initial momentum there, and the quick grab and re-grab allows you to move up quicker than just climbing the normal way. And yeah, in case you're wondering, no, you're not supposed to appear midair and stab there. This is just the way the camera was handled. For some reason, Wander's spawn point is set incorrectly, but only on 5 frames on the whole cutscene, which allows you to bypass the whole, like, puzzle. There's a different way and a cool backup that you can do, but in 90% it is faster because the cutscene doesn't count towards in-game time. So you're basically appearing on the Colossus already. It's a cool little glitch.
Yeah, like usually how you like defeat Barbar's really long and convoluted because you have to lure him to the other side of the Colosseum, and he's got to lean over and like try and find you as you hide amongst the wall, and it's just long. And we'd go, nope, skip cutscene at right frame and on beard, perfect. And we're gonna have some more time for any kind of donations, horse pets, anything like that.
Currently no donations right now. However, that being said, I will plug the incentive once more. So reminder, during this entire run, every $20 donated to, we will pet the horse one more time. So balls in your court if you want to pet a very good creature. That's all I'm gonna say, chat.
Yeah.
And y'all should absolutely do that. It's only $20. You can do it right now. We'll pet the horse right now, or as soon as we can. Either way.
I can do it right now,
Ciao.
like for the memes, for the incentive. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just get off aggro and give her a little pet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aggro deserves it.
Oh my god, we get to talk about the eel.
The eel.
We get to talk about Hydras.
The eel. Oh my god, the eel.
There's so much to talk about with the eel.
Yeah.
So it's quite a long like ride to Hydras. And like Hydra's fight is going to be hopefully really short, but there's so much going on behind the fight and like around the fight that you could write like an essay, like a video essay about Hydras. Like it's really that in depth.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
The speedrun history of Hydras back in the day, 2005. Everyone just grabbed the tail and kind of went up the body, which is the intended way, which is slow. It's like slower by over a minute than what we do right now. But unfortunately what we do right now, it was discovered by Shirapon, I think, 2007. Honestly, because this game has a speedrun mode, a stripe being discovered in 2007 shows how out there it is. Because most were found in 2005, 2006 by all the Japanese that were already speedrunning the game due to the time attack mode it has. But specifically with Hydras, there's a way to manipulate the AI. So it's a deep sea creature where once we jump in, I will do a very specific path with very specific setup and swims, and I have to do it just right for it to work, and just the right timing. And then, if I jump step the water on the correct, in the correct way, Hydrus will get agitated. Basically, Hydrus will think I am on him, and due to that, will go upwards, and then I will be able to get on Hydrus much sooner. But there's a lot of layers to that. Because if I'm in the wrong position, with slightly the wrong timing, like do one more swim, or start the swim just a little bit too late, the way that Hydrus goes up is unclimbable, because it's not intended at all. So, however Shirapon found this is beyond me, and finding a setup for this in any percent specifically was also a nightmare. Like, something I improved myself from an older setup that we used to have, which made it a lot more consistent. This used to be a wall, like 70% of the runs would die for me here until I found a setup which now works close to the individual level consistency. Sorry, I'm a bit sick today, but hopefully I got the point across that Uzi can now take over for the actual fight.
Yeah. So the way, like, if anyone's familiar with Twilight Princess speedruns, like, this is very similar to like the early like lake bed temple setup where you have to swim in a lake and hope you got the right placement, and if you don't, you fail to skip and your run dies. So TikTak's gonna jump down, do a little swim, skip the cutscene. He's gonna wait for the health bar to come onto screen. Now jump, and then start swimming. So he's gonna do 9 swims towards this kind of pillar here. And if he does it absolutely correctly, I mean very, very perfectly, Hydrus will see Wander. And this will be IL setup, 1-for-1 IL setup, and Hydrus is going to slowly emerge from the water. She's gonna level out, gonna cock her head here, and take her jump stab, jump in the neck, and that's perfect. It's a really good setup. And then we're gonna stab the head, and hopefully nothing bad happens from here. You can fall off or get shot to death, but this looks like perfect Hydrus, well done.
Yeah, even when you get the setup correctly, there's still a lot of ways to fail it. Like, if you go up too quickly, Hydrus loses interest, or doesn't realize you're on her and just dive back down. And the other thing I did was, the jump stabs, I talked about them, how they're slow to get out of the, like, sigil. But here, every time you jump stab, Hydrus goes underwater. So there's the timing to it where I let go and re-grab. And if I do it correctly, the animation, because it's underwater, just gets cancelled. So that way I can just chain those jump stabs one after another, which is very, very fast. But also at the same time I took damage from the horn every time, because usually you destroy those. But that usually leads to a slower cycle, which we don't want. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, casually Hydrus takes minutes, and I mean minutes. Like, that's like fast casual, and TikTak just killed Hydrus in under 40 seconds, which is like really impressive. So big GG's for that. Hydrus used to be such a wall back in the day, and it's really amazing what TikTak's done for the setup to allow runners like me to slay such a beast. So yeah, shout out to TikTak.
Yay.
Hooray.
Okay.
And we're gonna have Kuromori up next, but also because we have a little bit of travel time, if you want to plug the charity or whatever, now is a wonderful time to do that.
Absolutely, I can definitely do that. So for everyone who's coming to the stream especially, we're here raising money today for Sarah aka Duoplex. It's a mutual event helping helping our friend in the community and everything. Volunteer extraordinary Duoplex. Helping her enter housing security and guarantee a better financial place in life. The best way for our donate in chat to help Sarah directly. In general, we can talk about the housing a little bit. Now, it's very difficult to access the United States in general. It is a problem that's unfortunately worse like every single year. According to Habitat for Humanity's State of the Nation's housing report in 2025, more than 20% of all types of housed people are cost burden, and that housing prices continue to increase relative to incomes year after year. We can help each other become more housing secure with mutual aid and community support, just like this event right here. So, yeah, if that's something you want to help with for sure, especially start donating in the chats. get your donations in for sure. Reminder once again, $20 means another pet for our horse here. We'll do it whenever we can. So that'd be very awesome if y'all can help support for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much everyone watching and everyone in chat and supporting the stream. You guys are awesome. And this is another example of aggro just being slow because she's like, I'm a horse and I don't want to fall off the cliff. And we're like, no, we're speedrunners. We just want to aggro, please. Aggro, go faster, aggro.
Yeah, it's so kind of funny though, because this section used to actually be slower in the original because aggro would just refuse to move onto this section. And here we at least get to go, but usually you would swim over there, but as it turns out, swimming is very slow, and there's just the right kind of setup where you can take aggro through the water to get here much quicker. Which is another time save you can go for, and honestly with any percent, at some point, like at the very top, the runners are all very, very good in at the skips. So the skips usually, well, any kind of run isn't perfect, you can always improve a lot, but even those movements and the way you approach the in-betweens matter for the actual quality of the speedrun itself. So it's all very, very detailed, while you won't even notice if you don't know the specifics. Yeah, so Kuro is the next one. He's a fairly easy one. We do that one very close to what you would do in a casual playthrough, but just quickly. So this is a lizard that goes up here, and the secret here is to shoot the legs while he's up here, and he falls. And now the actual challenge here is to get this fight all in one cycle, which I do by doing 3 quick steps here with the cycle stab mechanic I was talking about earlier anyway. And then 3 more stabs here. Well, that can sometimes happen. On hard mode, this one cycle is very, very interesting. And by interesting, I mean terrifying, because any kind of mistake will cost you a run. But here on normal, it's actually a very cool strat to learn, because the one cycle is fairly doable.
Yeah, but it still makes me poop every time. Like as soon as Kuro starts wiggling, like she's about to get up, as soon as she starts turning over, that's it, you're cooked. It's a bad time.
Yeah, but honestly, practicing this on hard mode, the one cycle will get you very, very good at cycle stabbing, so it's a good practice tool as well, doing the individual levels. And if you want to see something very, very impressive, something beyond what I'm doing, take a look at the world record individual runs, because those are on another dimension. If you give people enough time and enough dedication to practice only one fight religiously, yeah, crazy things will happen. For example, this fight is done without a bow. If you want to see how that is done, watch, I think Hammer still has the record for sure, yeah. Watch Hammer's attempt at this. It's unbeaten for a reason, for quite a long time.
Yeah, the individual levels on this game, if you think the full run strategies look difficult, convoluted, you haven't seen anything compared to the ILs. The ILs are insane, but so beautifully done, and it's only thanks to the amazing community and the community support and growing together that people will be able to achieve such great times in ILs. So big shout outs to Team Eco Speedruns community, because the game would not be at the place it is now without so many amazing people being there. Not even just seasoned runners, we're talking newcomers as well who come in and bought their own new strategies, and that's been we can save time with this.
Yeah, I mean, there will be some that come up later that were discovered by people who barely run the game or were just interested in the behind the scenes, I guess. Which a lot of creativity came into that. But at the same time, a lot of the full game runs is just approaching the level of individual runs, which has gotten closer and closer, but will probably never achieve the exact peak level, just because that's basically impossible. To reach that kind of consistency, because some of the strategies are also just very convoluted. Though, the next one, I mean, when people start out, they usually avoid it. Hopefully I can show a great execution of that. Yeah.
Bassaran used to be my least favorite, but now Bassaran is one of my favorite all-time speedruns.
And that's what I always hear. Once people learn the cool strat, it becomes the favorite. But before that, it's pain. And sometimes it's something in between. Feel free to go into the strat.
Yeah, so TikTak just took a very specific pathing throughout this entire route just to get to this specific spot, and he's waiting for the leg to go past Bassaran's eye to skip the cutscene. Perfect. And then you can just quick start. So he's going to jump onto the leg, let go regrab, and then hopefully side jump, do a beautiful jump stab, beautiful, lovely stuff. Let's go.
Yep.
And then it's just a matter of stabbing.
Yeah, this used to be an AL only strat for a reason. The jump step onto the head, but it's very cool when it works out. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the other stabs in quick enough because getting a plant on the head is usually very difficult. But
yeah, Bassaran's a very shaky guy, so.
Oh, come on.
And just to talk about the intended strat real quick. So as TikTak was riding past on aggro, you could see all these geysers shooting up water and stuff. So usually what you're supposed to do is lure Bassaran over a geyser, then he's like, oh, I might fall. Then you have to shoot an arrow at his tiny little feet. And then he tips over, and then you get on him that way. But luring Bassaran over a geyser is one of the top 10 most difficult things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
No.
And then we have category extension. It started out as kind of a meme, but many people love the intended category where basically we do none of the skips and only the intended strats. The rules for the category are gigantic just because we had to think about every kind of thing that people could use to get around doing the intended strategies. But yeah, I do the speedrun strat of Bassaran any day over the intended strategy, as per many others. Yeah. Personally.
Once you learn the speedrun strat, you cannot go back. That's the thing in this game. Once you learn a couple of speedrun strats, you're like, why is this easier than the intended strat? What have the devs done?
But at the same time,
makes me mold.
optimizing the intended strat is also kind of an interesting thing that you can do. Just getting the timings just right. It's just a different way of playing. And still, the better runners usually get ahead just by stabbing consistency and little tweaks and things like that. So, but there's different ways to compete for sure. All right.
Yeah, we have a long way till the next one as well, so if you have anything to say, Shasta, now's a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll once again plug the fact that during this entire run, throughout the entire thing, if we get $20 donated at any points, cumulatively, then we get to pet the horse once again. If you can't afford that right now, for sure, I mean, if 4 people donate $5, that will get us another horse pet after all. As you know, AMO is definitely appreciated, especially towards our cause here. So, yeah, by all means, feel free to donate for sure. Doesn't matter the amount. Just I want to see more horse pets. I don't know. I just want to see this horse pet a lot. They're very good. They've been working super hard. Have you seen the distance
Look at her go.
game? Yeah, exactly. Look at her go.
She's trying her best.
The best isn't always enough, but the horse gets a lot of flag from all the speedrunners because of how slow she can go. But we mean it in a positive way because we expect only the best performance. Horse racing.
I have seen aggro break grown men. It's been really funny.
Yeah, it is very funny. But it's also a skill to know how to handle aggro. That's for sure. Yeah.
But we have Dirge coming up. Dirge isn't particularly my favorite, but we do have a one cycle, and we're going to talk about stabbing amounts and overlapping sigil health bars and wonderful things like that. But you have all the technicalities in your head, so do you want to kind of talk about how that's going to work with Dirge?
The way that the Colossus health and damage is handled is there is a set amount of damage rather than it actually checking every individual sigil if it's destroyed or not. The way this fight would usually go is you destroy one sigil, and then it triggers the second phase where you have to do the whole procedure again. Basically you have to hit the sand snake's eye so it crushes into a wall. But there's a way around the two cycling it by the simple fact that hitting the eye with an arrow deals damage. And that little damage is the key to avoiding the two cycle, because if you don't kill the sigil, it never triggers that like second cycle. And if you still deal enough damage, including the damage on the eye, you still get enough damage technically to finish the fight. So you can basically estimate what I'm about to do. I will do that little pixel health and then will try to understab the sigil by that exact amount. If I do too little damage, I don't finish the fight and have to 2-cycle regardless. If I do too much damage, I 2-cycle regardless because I overstab, so it's tricky. Let's call it tricky. So I'll try my best here.
Yeah, it's a very precise little setup. So TikTak's just gonna lure Dirge over here, shoot the eye, and then Dirge is gonna be like, my eye, what do I do? Oh no, I'm gonna bonk into a wall. And then you're like, right, time to stab. So what TikTak's gonna do here, it's gonna ride aggro straight onto
Take
the
a look
sigil,
at the
give you a
pixel.
double stab.
That's the leeway.
Yeah, look at the stamina bar. We're gonna do a full stab and then a 0.3 to 0.4 and then another full stab.
It's funny because
Like,
you're saying
at first
0.3
it's
to
terrifying,
0.4.
and then, yeah.
Like 0.3 is too little, 0.4 is too much. That's about the leeway. We're talking
Yeah, you
about
have to like be in
3.5.
between 0.3 and 0.4, and it's like quite terrifying. Yay, we got
Yeah.
it! Woo!
It's funny because technically if you don't do a 0.3, there's still a way out. Because basically what happens when I get up here and deal too little damage, Dirge disappears under the sand with a pixel health. But if you let go and just, while Dirge is moving under the sand, jump stab the other sigil, on the way back, you still finish the fight. I only managed to do this once in my life, because of how tricky it is and it happened during a marathon.
It was 6 strikes,
there you go. But thank God we avoided that.
Like, it's the ultimate recovery to like get that on Dirge. Because Dirge is like, when you get Dirge wrong, it's just a, like, big groan.
But unfortunately, there will also be 2 more Colossi with like specific stab amounts coming up later. Which this game is just, it has so many layers and so much depth.
It's like an onion.
But just the basic strategies will already get you quite far up the leaderboard. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really say this run I made it look easy because you saw my difficulties on the 3rd and the 4th Colossus. And even though I look dumb, you know, this is with thousands of hours of practice. You can only imagine how difficult it can be to start out, but it's also very motivating because even getting a little better at the Colossus will get you quite far up, and it's like improving day by day is just very enjoyable, at least to people like me. And if you just want to take it chill, fun, for the vibes, it's also quite a run that you can enjoy. Because if you do any percent, there's these in-betweens where you can take a look at nature, at rocks, at the gigantic bridge, you know. There's just...
The clouds, the birds.
Yeah, the clouds, the pillars of death or whatever that is supposed to represent.
When you kill a Colossus, pillars of light appear, and so you could literally see, like, they're like cloud graves of your fallen enemies.
This place, and you're at fault.
Yeah.
It's quite intentional that we're not the hero in this like story, but yeah. As a speedrunner, you get desensitized to it, but it has quite a bit of impact during the first playthrough. And yeah, Wonder isn't a good guy in most ways, I guess. Aggro is
I guess like
Aggro's cool.
I guess like lore-wise, Wanda's trying to revive his dead girlfriend by appeasing a god who's like been split up into 16 different like idols, and that's the lore. Again, if you want to know more, play the game. We're just trying to run,
what
bro.
I think the lore is, because like nothing is ever said specifically, it's just interpretation. But you can treat it as an art project. I'm sure you can make an art essay on this and it's about 5 hours. I'm sure there is those out there, in fact, so like you can find them on YouTube. And yeah, just gliding down to get to this boss quicker, you can do the play-by-play with Celosia.
Yes. This is Celosia. Celosia is one of the little guys, the little fellas in this game. So Slocia is scared of fire. He's an itty bitty little guy who's just scared of fire. So TikTak's gonna lure him over to this torch over here. Gonna lure him to charge at it, and then a stick's gonna fall. Then it's gonna be like, ah, yes, Stick, my friend from Eco. What's going on, buddy? I'm gonna pick up the stick. Hopefully not get stabbed by Slocia, because he does that sometimes. Light the torch. Then we're gonna lure Slocia over to the edge of the cliff, and then drop the torch and re-grab the torch. And hopefully Slocia doesn't just mess everything up. Perfect, okay, everything's good.
Yeah, what's
So
happened
usually,
here?
like, we're supposed to hit Colossus with this torch until it falls off the cliff, but that's quicker. Like, what TikTak did is, like, way quicker.
Yeah, the reason it works is because technically everything is in place. Colossus is at the edge, you have the burning torch in hand, and yeah, that triggers a cutscene, even though you're supposed to actually move Colossus slowly, and Colossus is afraid of the fire. But if you drop the torch, the fire isn't in the hand anymore, it removes the trigger, so you can just do it the quick way by making Colossus run off the cliff, essentially. And then 2 well-positioned jump steps, I'll make you avoid all the drama with the shakes and the rodeo that never happens. It's also one of the fights that is probably very, very infuriating as the first playthrough, just because you don't know how a plant works, you don't know the specifics, you get stun locked by this boss a ton. But this is brought down to like the very essential parts of the fight and executed in a way that makes it so fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we have, oh boy, she's coming. She's on her way. It's
Yeah.
Pelagia time! Yay! Pelagia is
Yeah.
the thing we fear. Our sleep paralysis demon. Pelagia is a creature and a half. I love her to bits, but I also hate her to bits.
You don't love her to bits, don't lie.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I mean...
I love it when I get it right. I don't love it when she's like, I'm going to ignore
Yeah.
you and start walking away.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So basically, the fight, it's kind of cool during like the individual, like, you know, the first playthrough, because when you get to a fight, you think, oh, I'm just gonna get up there to the head and surely there's the sigil, because you have to find the sigils if you don't know the whole puzzle. But there's no sigil, just teeth. And if you hit those teeth, you eventually realize, okay, we can do the whole like procedure here. The dentist appointment is happening, and you can
Welcome
make
to the dentist.
yeah, and make Pelagia move a certain direction, and then you find gazebos, and then if you lure Pelagia up on one, it's revealed that the sigil was underwater this whole time, and you can grab onto it and kill the Colossus. You in a casual playthrough, usually in 3 or 4 cycles. This is all very slow. So instead you can do 2 things to make it faster. One, very importantly, is the AI manip. So we are gonna approach this fight in a very specific manner, so it's like predictable on what Pelagia is doing. But even getting one thing wrong makes it not deterministic anymore. So at that point you are at the wrath of RNG. So hopefully I can get the AI manip to work. And then once you're at the gazebo, there is 1 cycle you can do. Basically, the way it's programmed, after you do more than half damage to the creature. Okay, why is there... sorry about that. Anyway.
Love that for you.
Yeah. Waking up, anyway. Right in time for the worst.
Guys, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, everyone.
It's all been a dream.
Morning, everybody. Yay.
Yeah, so I was saying, after dealing more than half health, Pelagia gets a boost where it roars up and goes back down immediately. But what we can do is deal just below half health and then do a third stab to just get that roar up in the correct manner to then deal the last bit of damage before it goes back down, and it's a 1 cycle. What can happen that goes wrong? If you deal too little damage, pixel health is left and you don't kill. If you do too much damage, you get over half and you have 1 too little possibility to stab. So another one of those very annoying one cycle that is decided by 0.05 or whatever amounts of stab damage, which we all calculate by the like stamina bar at the bottom left. Okay, I think I did this slightly wrong, but this should still be fine. So trigger.
Yeah, TikTak's trying to get IL set up here.
Yeah.
So we're going to trigger the cutscene. Pelagia's going to look away. You're going to shoot an arrow in her face. 1. And then again. And then she's going to bow her head down. Oh no, no setup. It's fine. We can back her up. We can back her up. So usually what you're supposed to do is like lure her to like lower her head just enough for you to only just be able to like jump and grab it. And you can do an AI minute with Pelagia as well once you're on the head when you do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you do miss it, you can no longer do the AI minute. You're just free balling and free falling.
It looked pretty ridiculous, but basically for the jump to grab to work, you have to jump at the very last moment. And the problem is if you jump too early, you don't quite get it, but if you jump too late like I did, you just get startled by the structure there, which also won't allow for the thing to work. Okay, we got lucky with the setup anyway, so I'm just gonna focus on the backup.
So this is the like bit where it's like, oh no, it's time to panic. So TikTak's gotta lean in here, do a full stab, and then a 1.95. I'm looking at the screen as well. Hopefully that's it. And he's got to really quickly stab as well, and hopefully not get shaken around too much.
Yep.
And thank goodness he got it. He got it.
Yeah, so what I also did to make it a little bit quicker, usually you have to wait out animations of it shooting bombs at you. But if you jump onto the face, Pelagia gets very confused and just does the animation. But that isn't guaranteed, because I didn't get the AI set up right. So what could have happened is Pelagia being like, hell nah, I'm going to the side, and then you waste a minute. For free, yeah. The funniest thing is to do that on hard mode, because you have to 2-cycle there. So there's a specific setup, which involves RNG anyway. And then this can happen right at the end, even if you did everything correctly. So, yeah. I'm the guy who likes hard mode, but many people don't for these specifics. Because this fight is deterministic if you do it right, or at least easier to control on normal. On hard mode, it's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, hard mode is like a completely different beast entirely, like, as a run. Like, you learn any percent normal, and it's like, what if I do hard mode? And then you do hard mode, and it's like you have to relearn the entire, like, not the entire run, but like, also, like, you have to relearn the entire thing. It's like a completely different, like, ball game.
Though, every person who has only run normal hates it at first. Then they get decent in it, and then they return to normal, and that's so much better every time. It's fantastic to see, but, like, it works every time.
Yeah, hard mode's like a rite of passage. Like, it makes you into, like, an adult, like, genuinely.
While going through a forest, if there's anything to say from production side or posting, feel free.
Currently, there are no new additions for instead of pets a horse. But however, I could also talk about like what we're here for once again. So we are here supporting Sarah, also as Duoplex, which is the Save and Sarah mutual aid events running from, well, I guess today at this point to Sunday, October 5th. She's currently facing housing security due to a harmful family and relationship situation, and to help you get back on her feet. Every donation goes directly towards securing housing and financial stability for Sarah. Sarah is a valued member of the volunteer community, helps her out wherever she can. So we're here to help her now. Type by space for our donate in chat to donate to Sarah, and space for our schedule to see all the amazing runs we have coming up. And I'm very excited for some of the runs coming up, especially today too. There's a lot of bangers today. Even after this, we have Psychonauts and Kirby Star Allies, 2 games that I'm very familiar with as well. I'm very excited to say the least.
Yes. Now this is like probably my least favorite Colossus coming up, so I'm not gonna say things that aren't stream friendly about it. So if you want to just go over it, please do.
So Phalanx is a cool guy, and we found a setup. So the way it usually works is you have to do the arrow shot, get on him, but if you do the arrow shot just right with the correct setup, you can get Phalanx to dive much sooner. and much more. We recently, very recently, found the setup for this on 90%, because the setup for 90% used to be painful. But now, with the way I did the arrows just now, you will see what Phalanx does after hitting all the attacks. Bam! All the way down. And see how much farther I am up there compared to what the whole, like, excuse me, please, thank you. Okay, we got there. So this is like a way to do it much faster and a much faster setup on 90%. If you do it in Boss Rush, it's even more cooler looking, but the setup for it is too slow on 90%, so let's ignore that. And now, for the sigils, to avoid the 2-cycle or 3-cycle here, we do the same thing as on Dirge, it's just much easier. By doing 1.9 stabs on each of those, we don't actually kill the sigils. And since we did more damage earlier overall due to hitting the tags, we do this a lot quicker than it's supposed to go. Usually Phalanx would turn around, move around, do a bunch of stuff to annoy you, but here we just do it very smoothly in 1 cycle and that's it. This is also like lore-wise turning point, because it's the first Colossus that actually won't... Well, none of them actively attack you unless you hit them, but this one literally doesn't attack you at all. So yeah, Wonder just brutally murdered this creature for no reason, besides his selfish intent, but it's very funny because we have a speedrun in this category extension which is called Death Percent, where we try to die to every Colossus as quick as possible. And finding the strategies to die to Phalanx was a challenge. Like, it's very, very intense. Basically, you have to die by fall damage, and if you boost yourself just right to get even higher up, you can die quickly to a Colossus, but it's like very hard to do, so yeah.
Yeah, like quick shout out to category extensions and bringing like a new life and fun to the game.
Yep.
Like you'd think Death Percent just like, oh, what can you do with Death Percent? Oh, and it's like so many things. People got creative with that category extension. It was so fun.
They found a whole new launch just to die to Phalanx, which is amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm slowly losing my voice again because I'm still kind of sick, so if you can take over more of the rest, please, that would be great.
Yeah, sorry, my cat just like appeared on the desk, so like I'm like trying to like stop him from like going on the keyboard. So this is like, I'm fighting for my life out here, dude. Sindri.
They just want to type things, they have things to say.
Yeah, he wants to communicate.
He do.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, it's TikTak. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
But anyway, we're gonna have a long road to Cenobia. So Cenobia is another little fella, a little dude, just a little guy hanging out. And Cenobia is another one which casually or intended. It's a very, very long fight. And speedrunning, we cut that to below 2 minutes, I'd say 140, 150?
Even faster if I do it perfectly. So the record is like 101. My personal best is 102, which are the top 2 times of the IL. 110 would be a very, very good execution of the fight.
Yeah.
But we're still fine with 120 and even 130 because there's quite a bit of variance involved.
Oh yeah. Like Cenobia is like TikTak's favorite one as well. Well, we're gonna like get into it a little bit more as like the run's happening, just because it's easy to explain with like visual cues and stuff. But like basically Cenobia's a really good guard dog boy, doing a heckin' big guard of this big abandoned city. And usually like what you do is you'd like trick Cenobia into like ramming itself into a bunch of pillars. The pillars get knocked down, go to the next pillar, Cenobia knocks the next pillar down. It kind of goes on like that for like 5 minutes. And we just kind of bypass it with the second glitch of the run, which we have to go to 30 FPS. Don't forget, 30 FPS. Yeah. Because we're running in 60 at the moment, we gotta go to 30 FPS because the glitch will not work. Or it could work, but it's just very much difficult in 60 FPS. Yeah, it's a very interesting time in 60 FPS.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do a glitch called a super jump. So by like wedging yourself in like in kind of like in the pillar, like between the pillar and the floor, the game kind of panics, and if you like spam the jump button, hold forward, sometimes the game's like, I don't know what to do anymore, and just launches Wanda up in a million miles an hour. Like sometimes it's a little small launch, sometimes it's a big launch. We're gonna find out what we get in a minute here. Hopefully, I like the big ones because they're like wee.
Yep.
You know, the big ones are always fun.
They are cool.
But yeah, do you have any nice things to say about Zenobia?
Only the best things.
Favorite?
Everyone hates them. That's why I love them, because people say the super jump is RNG. I say they just don't spam hard enough. And yeah, it gives you an edge, but honestly, a lot of it is also about positioning. And a second part of the whole thing is also a wacky jump, which is a cool little thing that was found also fairly recently. And the whole reason for it is kind of silly. So a friend of mine was playing this game casually, and there's like an in-between, like getting up a pillar and getting up the final plateau. And he was like, yeah, surely you speedrunners just jump up to a plateau immediately. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not possible. And we thought it's not possible because in the OG it wasn't possible. But in the PS4 version, they added a bunch of new little decorational things, basically some cliffs on the side to make it look prettier. But you can actually go to those cliffs. And that's the whole reason that then Wacky investigated, and she found that, yeah, if you just jump in the correct way, you can actually get to a plateau without much trouble during the cutscene, because you can move during the cutscene. So basically what I will be doing is get up the pillar, jump off a pillar in a very specific direction while I can't actually see where I'm going, and then blindly I'll jump from that like little plateau to a final plateau, from a cliff to a plateau to let's not forget the 30 FPS. Beware your eyes, they will suffer. Which will...
Well, it's like a PowerPoint presentation.
Wait, I forgot to switch the controls as well, my bad. I prefer the the classic control, just because you get to the bow a bit easier in this. So yeah, you can do a play-by-play to explain the rest.
Yeah. So what TikTak's going to do is he's jumping and weapon switching to reach maximum walk speed. So he's going to hopefully wedge himself into the correct place in this pillar here, and then zombie hover spam the triangle button. Perfect. That's a good super jump. And he's going to get all the way up here. And Zenobia's hopefully going to be in a good position.
Acceptable, I guess. Not the best, not the worst.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that looks like a very, like, sussy way. But TikTak's going to try hit Zenobia as she's ramming herself into the pillar here to, like, keep an aggro. So you can see, like, she's still agitated and she's going to be running towards Wanda, which saves time. And oh, you got the wacky jump. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was quick.
And Zenobia is going to be agitated still and be able to knock over this pillar here.
Yeah.
And now the armor is off Zenobia, and TikTak can now just get onto Zenobia like he did Colossus and just start stabbing away.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the wacky jump, because back then it allowed me to get a world record temporarily in the IL before Udabara, basically the goat of IL, retook it eventually. But it was like a completely new strategy that shaped this run made it completely different. And yeah, this is probably the Colossus I spent the most time at trying to go for the IL record. At some point I even held the normal and the hard one. Now I don't anymore, but it's still special to me. And this was a very, very good fight, honestly.
Yeah, I'm surprised like how well behaved Zenobia was.
Yeah, there was a bit of RNG with how Zenobia was in it, but this time Zenobia just bolted right in there, which is rare to see. So that was good.
What a good dog! Yeah, we have like plenty of time for any more like donations, like any kind of shout outs you want to give Shasta.
Yeah, I can plug once again the current notion setup happening during this run here for everyone just coming in, of course. Yeah, so every $20 donated during this run, we will pet the horse once more. We've had a few pets so far, but we could use way more, to say the least. We love petting the horse. We love petting the good creature, a very, you know, a very good heckin' horse, I guess, like this one here. We've been riding the whole time. Would love that, honestly, if we get some of that going. Doesn't mean a full $20 at once, but I mean, if you can only afford like 5, for instance, if 4 people donate $5, I mean, at that point, that's a full horse pet right there. So, yeah, more horse pets there. That's what I say.
Yay.
Yeah, pet the horse, save Sarah, let's all go work together and get this bread. Let's do the run, let's raise money for a good cause.
Yeah. Honestly,
Absolutely.
like, after this fight, I'll already go ahead and say after this fight is the last available possibility to pet the horse, so definitely get the donations in right now. What I will do is I will donate $20 myself after the stream as well, so I will do a pet on my end. And yeah, feel free to follow my...
Final send-off.
Yeah. So, Argus coming up.
We got a long way to Argus, so we can just, you know, chill out for a bit, enjoy the desert scenery, enjoy the lovely sunrise, sunset.
Yeah, did you know there's
wonderful cloudy day.
Did you know there's turtles in this game? I should probably show the turtles while we're at it. That would be cool.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. There's like the platinum speedrun, which I also hold the record in currently, and
Don't be on the keyboard. Sindri, no. Sindri, stop it. Sorry.
And in that speedrun you actually have to touch the turtles as well. Wait, where are the turtles? Aren't they there? There's the turtles. They are the turtles, man. Okay.
Where are you?
There, I swear to God. Okay, whatever. Well, we missed the turtles.
Play the game yourself and find out. Are there really turtles there? Tortoises, actually. Tortoise. The land ones are tortoises.
Turtles. They have a little pond. Surely. I mean, there's fish
No, but
as
they
well.
haven't got flippers. They got feet, not flippers.
The land is their pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The soil is their pond.
To me, they are turtles. I don't care. Turtle sounds funnier. It's just like how I call multiple gooses. I'd call them gooses, not geese, because it's funnier. On purpose.
Gooses.
And people get mad at it. Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting close to August now, so we can stop, don't lean on the space bar, Sindri. Come here. Come here. Come here. Over here.
Yeah. He's
There we go.
trying to communicate, but you don't let him. What a shame.
Yeah. Every time, I do, a commentary run, he's like, are you talking to me? Is this for me? Is this my time to shine? I'm like, no.
Yo, did you see that?
Backflip! Yo,
Yeah.
that was sick.
Ooh, swag.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, we can actually talk about Argus now.
Yeah.
So Argus in design is much like Valis, but the fight plays out completely differently. It's not one of my favorite speedruns of this game, because the IO strategy is really impressive. Again, this is one of the casual or intended ways. It takes a very long time, because as you're gonna see, TikTak's gonna be going past this entire Colosseum type thing. And usually you're supposed to trick Argus into doing multiple different actions, and then you're supposed to climb up to the top bridges that you can see up there. And TikTak's just gonna not do that. He's going to do some really, really cool stuff with Argus, and I'm really excited to see it because Argus is very it's one of those things Argus is so hard casually, and then you get your sweet, sweet revenge in a speedrun, and it's just oh, you had that coming to you.
Yeah.
It is great.
I think we will just let the thing speak for itself. Just a reminder, the world record for this guy is 23 seconds or something along those lines, so I'll probably not get
TikTak's
quite
gonna
the same way, but in a similar manner.
Yeah, so he's doing AI minute to get Argus to do a particular stomp, so you can grab up to this hand here. So you're not supposed to actually grab this. He's got a knife in his hand. Oh god, it's all happening so quickly.
Oh well.
That's not supposed to happen.
I went for
More time to explain.
I went for my old strat and failed, so there's a convenient way to reset yourself in the world by swimming in the cliff down there. Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice little pool down there. Trust me, it's really cozy down there.
Yep.
For real, for real. No cap,
Okay,
no
let's
cap.
do it again, but better this time. Yep.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to like be able to jump into the hand. As you can see, Argus is holding this dagger, this knife, this dagger, soup knife. I'm not quite sure what he means, but you can actually like, if you just position yourself just correctly and grab the right time, you can get into the hand and grab it and actually stab, which is fortunate for us speedrunners. So again, it's got an AI minute to get Argus to stomp so he can do a backup here. I'm gonna wait for Argus to kind of level himself out here. He's going to do one jump and then hold side jump, let go. That was a really good launch.
Yep.
Yeah, damn! Then it's just a few stabs on the head. And Argus will be down. The launch here is like so much fun. It could just go whee! It's great. I love watching this game.
Yeah, so first attempt I tried to do it all in one go like Rael would. But yeah, unfortunately I had to re-grab one to just let go for whatever reason. But yeah, I could still show off all the details, and thank God there's that clip there because the reset is quite quick. Yep.
And luckily, when you like die in the boss fight, the game resets you to the IL starting point. So no matter what, like you always restart at the same exact point, and you can just go for like another IL or anything like that. So I remember like some people with like Battle Run, for example, they'd like die straight away just so that they'd start the fight in the IL position, so that they didn't have to do the whole like correct run up, which was like quite interesting. Or maybe that was just me, I don't know.
And that's right, that's the case. And Argus you actually get like teleported to the correct manner, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, so I will be going to like the final part of the game. So again, last stretch to get the donations in. I will do it after the run. And I guess I'll just go right to the end, to the last moment we can pet, and then we'll see if there's any more donations. Get in there, last chance.
I do have something to read if you want me to.
Yeah.
We do in fact have a $10 donation from Shredber that just says simply enough, gaming. And that's actually going towards our Super Metroid Save and Kill the Animals bid war. It's happening later today. So currently Save's in the lead now by $10, whereas Kill has 0. I mean, you want to save the frames or you want to save the animals? That's a real question. But yeah, thank you very much for the donation. As halfway to a horse pet in this case. Is there a half pet? Is that possible? Is that a thing you can do?
If I donate $10 after the run,
that counts.
Does that count? Does that count? Does that mean?
I would count it in this case.
We'll count
it.
I'll do 20.
Yeah,
you can do
might
10.
as well.
Then we have 2 pets.
Yeah, then she gets 2 pets before
there we go.
the part.
Yeah, because quite like in Metroid. Anyway. The horse survives though. The horse survives. I swear to God.
I hope so.
Yeah, the horse is fine. Like, she just goes for a swim, that's all.
Yeah.
She goes for a deep dive, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little dip. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a little
worry about it.
okay.
Yeah.
Besides the memes she actually survives, you will see her in the last cutscene, so don't go into tears, even though the moment is quite drastic. But, well, way of storytelling, right? But before that, we have to go to a final thing, which is the door to a final Colossus. It's actually kind of
I want to shout out these rocks, like, real quick. Sorry to interrupt. I want to shout out these, like, no, not the rocks there, like, the rocks ahead of you, the cliffs.
Yeah.
Like, that's such, like, peak game design, because, like, you're traveling through this open expanse, and you're like, where the hell do I go? And then you just see these, like, massive cliffs with, like, a dip in the middle, and I just really like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to say that. Like,
fair.
I've been holding that in like the entire like hour or so.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me started on the rocks in this game. I will pop off.
Yeah. Anyway, so the whole reason, in a way, we killed all the other Colossi is so that the shining light of the sword is lined up perfectly to hit the spot here. I just have to move into the little light section, and then it opens the door. Fun fact, if you think, isn't that kind of like in Zelda with the barrier skip? What if you went through the door? What happens then? Can you just go to Malice's arena? We managed to do that in some cases, yes. There is a way to bypass it, but Malice is not there. The last Colossus quite literally is on vacation, so you still have to kill all the other ones. We have like a category where you bypass them, but that's about it. So...
You need a last horse steps too!
Yeah, one from me, one from Usu, and that our person donating. Anything else? Nope.
Unfortunately not.
Alright. You guys...
Only 2 pets for
You chose this. I guess we just keep going then. Oh god. Anyway.
Yeah, Aggro's gonna go for a little dip here. Don't worry, she's fine. She's completely fine. If you have a little like triggering like for animals like in pain or getting hurt, please look away like around now, and I'll let you know when it's safe to look.
Yeah.
Trust me, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
In a way, we kill and save the animals at the same time, right? We kill the Colossi, but the aggro is saved later. Ouch.
And the sad music to top it off is just salt in the wound.
Yeah, Wade went hard.
Okay, if you looked away, you can look back now. Aggro's fine. It's just the game's like mourning for no reason. It's trying to trick you into feeling emotions. Yeah.
He's a little hurt. He scraped his knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, when she gets back in the cutscene, you can see that she does have, like, an injury there. But honestly, just going all the way back from the cliff up there, that's, like, crazy. And also later, right, like, in between the fights, when you get, like, hit by the death spaghetti, Aggro carries you all the way back to a temple each time. That's impressive.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Do the vine movement. Do the quick vine. Like, there's been a lot of overworld movement we've been glossing over this entire run, and this is one of the things. Was it JK who found this?
Marcelo, in fact, like Madurashi, the Brazilian runner.
Oh.
He has been doing it first. I'm not as good as him or JK, but I'm trying. Basically, if you just go up there normally, there's a little in-between animation. The wonder takes some time. But if you cancel it by a side input, you're a bit quicker. That's the whole deal about it.
And now we have the final Colossus Malice. This is another one, kind of like Bassaran, where like the speedrun strat is way easier than the intended strat sometimes. Like, good god, like the intended strat is horrible. So I'm gonna do like a kind of play-by-play as what TikTak's doing. So I'm gonna run up. He's going to turn left at this pillar. So Malice is going to start shooting these asteroids. I don't really know what they are at Wonder. And if you move everything right, he's going to tap jump, whistle, and Malice is going to shoot. He's going to roll, perfect. And hopefully these cliff sides are going to stop Malice's asteroids from kind of hitting Wonder, which is nice. And if everything's timed perfectly, he's going to hit an asteroid right here, do a little jump, do another little bunny hop, just miss Wonder barely. And now we're kind of safe.
Yeah.
Safe for now. A lot of things can go wrong here.
If your thoughts look like a Michael Bay movie, yeah, if any of those hit you in between, you get stun locked and die. So there's quite a bit of like weight behind it, but once you learn the timings, it's not bad to do. Vael though, Vael just goes full on forward, which is very hard to do. I've been able to do it, but there's like specifically one. They just skip right past one being thrown right in front of you, which is wild.
Yeah, and make sure you're just doing like quick movement up here as well to kind of get up to Malice as quick as possible. I'm going to shoot an arrow at Malice's shoulder right here. Hopefully get a first try. Hopefully get a second try. Yippee! This is called early arrow. So that's when you shoot out the arrow to the shoulder to trigger Malice's kind of injury animation. So you usually have to kind of jump to Malice's back and then stab the back, then jump to the hand, and then jump here, jump there, jump everywhere on Malice. It's a rough time, but TikTak just bypassed that entire puzzle. So GG's for that. And luckily Malice only has one sigil, and he looks like he's got a plant as well, so it's just gonna be some smooth stabbing.
Yeah. So, with the Colossus, but it won't be time right here because we have still a little post-game action in a way where we still have some inputs. But it's the last Colossus of the game. And time will be coming up later after we respawn. After this one.
That was a really good mouse as well, GG's.
Yeah, supposedly I'm not known for that, but I've overcome my problem with this guy.
Character development.
Yeah. There were quite a few good runs I lost to Malice, so it became a meme. But now it was all good.
Yeah, TikTak's managed to glitch the game at Malice before at the end of a run, and it's been tragically funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, lore is happening right now. We are the Colossus. We are the shadow of the Colossus now. Yippee.
The Dark God himself. Can I do it? But no, I always mess it up. What PDO does. But we are also flying, which is not intended, which is just a glitch. Because we have
also
some
levitating, and also vape as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things like it's very confusing. There's also some dudes like that are shooting you with some arrows in your butt, and you know that's not very nice. But they don't like you, so it's kind of
for a
like
reason.
cheers, man.
You're the Dark God himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at those swords.
So yeah, the god has like reincarnated into Wanda's body or something.
Yeah, I think he spawned because all the death spaghetti was in there. Yeah.
Yeah. He got the last shine of spaghetti and became god, for real.
Yeah, but it has a lot
He
of
collected all the
like
spaghetti.
symbolism behind it that you can analyze. You know, you killed all those innocent creature. Now you are the big hopeless creature being destroyed by those little guys over there.
Oh, they're running away.
Well, they're running away to then seal you into the well, you know, to just make you go in there. So time is coming up when I jump into that well, because lore-wise you're supposed to resist but never be able to resist, but obviously as speedrunners we won't resist, we will just dash over there as quickly as possible. And by jumping you can kind
So
of
time is coming up.
and time.
GG, well done.
Yep,
GG.
that was the game.
I hope everyone in chat and everyone enjoyed watching the game. Like, it's a really cool speed run, and yeah, just thanks for letting TikTak and me kind of show off and explain it in this wonderful marathon.
Yep, if you want to learn this game or any other of the Wada games like The Last Guardian on Eco, definitely join the Discord. We have lovely people there that will be happy to help you get into it. Or you can even DM me, I'm always happy to help out and show the resources. And yeah, other than that, that's about it for the game. If there's anything else to shout out.
No, we'll good again. Shout outs to the community, shout outs to the Discord as well, everyone in there. There's too many people to name, but everyone in there is like amazing and they're so helpful, such a wonderful, welcoming community for literally everyone. Again, can't thank everyone enough for all the input, not just for Shadow Colossus, but also Eco and The Last Guardian. It's like a combined community and it's just beautiful, flourishing, and it makes me happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, eventually maybe even a new game will come out. There's like a Project Robot thing going on. So that will also be featured there.
But yeah, we are all done.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much for doing the run there. And we'll be right back, everybody, with the next run of the marathon. We'll see you very soon.
Bye.
back. We're getting nice run set up now. That'll be very cool. Meantime, I'll let you know, I'll know what's happening here. We're having Kirby Star Allies next with Being Clean Soul. That should be very awesome. We're in the guest stars mode. Or, excuse me, guest star, question mark. Star Allies, go! Susie, in particular. That's the character we're playing as. Susie from Kirby Planet Robot. Which, I've run this category before. I've run both guest stars, and I've run Susie in particular before. Very cool run. It's like if Flappy Bird was part of a Kirby game. with the way you have to move through a lot of rooms. It's very cool though, honestly. You'll see soon enough. You'll see soon enough. I'll be talking a lot probably during that run too, because I also run. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, stick around for that for sure. Working on setup currently. But for now though, we'll quickly talk about what we're here for a little bit. So we are currently here this weekend raising money, mutual aid for Sarah, also known as Dualplex. She's a valued member of the volunteer speedrun community to get her late father and her desire to help others. She loves photography, drawing, designing, and video games. Learning her words. One of the things she speedruns is eating ice cream. Delicious. She loves her cats, Rosie and Rupee, who also need to go home too. And her nephew, who she hopes to introduce to speedrunning someday. Helps her get back to doing what she loves by typing !mark donate in the chats. We love donations to read. And we do have one to read here from the last runner, TikTak, donated $20, who said, as promised, the horse pets, smiley face. Also, kill the animals, save the frames. And we will indeed currently be doing that at least later on, because that is going to lead down by $20, or $20 donated towards that is only by $10 over Save the Animals currently. So, yeah. Currently, we are saving the frames. But we could save the animals. I mean, I like animals a lot. I think animals are pretty heckin' cool. That's just me. I don't know. Yeah, hope y'all are having a good time in chat for sure. Hope y'all are chilling for now. What runs are y'all looking forward to later today? We have a full, robust schedule here. We got a lot going on today in general. Let us know for sure what y'all looking forward to. Personally, always love me some Metroid. Some Metroid right at the end of the day. Very, very good. That being said though, something I'm looking forward to, and something that actually just opened recently as well, if you want to do it for it, is the Fallout 3 versus Fallout New Vegas game bid war. That's also a thing that's happening, like, at the end of the day. Actually, we're after our bonus game, Dr. Bonanza. But you can do it for either Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas to be the game that's played. Both games are very broken in different ways. They're both very cool runs. They're pretty short too. Actually, in this case, I forgot. I'm silly. Is glitchless though. But either way, both games are very, very cool. Personally, I'm a New Vegas fan. I would vote for New Vegas personally, because I just like that game a lot. I think the game is awesome. But that being said, I haven't played Fallout 3. I should really get on it someday, but it's also a long game. I've played New Vegas a few times before. New Vegas is very cool. I'm a fake Fallout fan because, like, I've only played New Vegas, but I've played it, like, multiple times, so, like, yeah. I don't know. It's chill. Fallout's a cool series. That's all I know. Yeah, that's something to do it for sure. The Fallout 3 versus Fallout New Vegas bid war right at the end of the day. I'm just throwing some ideas here. You know how it is. But again, after this, we got some. After our intermission here, while we're just waiting here, we got some Kirby Star Allies with Being Clean Soul. That should be very fun. Shout out to Kirby. It is the main series I personally have run a lot before. I started out running Kirby games way back in the day. I've been doing this for a hot minute to say the least, but yeah. Star Allies is one I've had the privilege before showing off in other events too. Star Allies is a honestly underrated Kirby game. Its side content, like the guest stars mode, is very, very fun. So hope you enjoy the run. We're gonna see very soon from that, like featured in guest stars mode in this case. Should be a very awesome time.